look out. We got, yep, bombs. Bombs aplenty. They're getting all the side area, which is making me worry. I hope they can hold down the center, because I'm going to try to push around here and get my revenge. Ah! Hey there, it's Anime K Swimming Bird, and welcome to Splatoon 2 on the Switch. This is part 2, so if you missed the beginning of the series, definitely check that out. We are about to jump into battle once more as soon as I purchase this brand new Splat Roller from Sheldon here. So there we go. We're going to use that. Now, the Splat Roller and the Splat Charger are quite a bit different from the first game, so I'll talk about that as we get into some battles here. Back on the pump track and Port Mackerel, and we are almost ranked 4, so I can get into Salmon Run here pretty soon. I'm very excited about that. You can get some really good gear and rewards for playing that, especially early on. Getting clothing that has more sub-ability spots is definitely something you want to do as soon as you can, and you have to level quite a bit to get that in the shops and wait for the new merchandise to roll out when the new day comes around at midnight. So by going and playing Salmon Run, you can earn some exclusive gear that is pretty good and has different abilities. I really enjoy that you can kind of swap the abilities around on that gear. Okay, so we got a nice balanced team here. Bunch of rollers, I think that people are starting to level up. So one of the new features of the Splat Roller is that the longer you roll, after you roll for a little bit, you get a running start where you go faster with your rolling speed, which is definitely helpful for inking turf. And then on top of that, if you jump and then flick, instead of the horizontal flick that we know and love, or know and hate from the first game, you get this vertical flick that we will see here very soon. Let me see if I can take them out so that guy knows what they're doing. Let's throw a curling bomb in and hopefully they'll fall for that. Yeah, there's somebody kind of sneaking around, messing with our turf here. So the curling bomb is a new sub-weapon that bounces all over the place, so you gotta be careful of that. It hurts you a little bit, but it only really splats you when it explodes, so you gotta try to time it right. I swear there was somebody around here. Now they're going the other way. Let's throw one of those down. See if I can get a splashdown going when they move in close. There we go. No escaping that. And see if we can take out this arrow spray. Oh, nope. Nah. I hit Y on accident to recenter my camera when I didn't mean to. So they've already unlocked some really good gear. Joey, I'm sure, is a higher leveled player already. So we're gonna have our work cut out for us. We also have a charger, which is kind of rough in turf wars unless the charger is really good. So yeah, if I jump and flick, you see there's that vertical ink sprayed out, which has distance, but it does not have as much damage as the horizontal ink flick, so you gotta be careful with when you time that. I think we're gonna have a really rough time here in this battle, but I'm gonna try to break my way through. Curling bomb, even though it's new and is kind of cool, it's definitely not my favorite sub-weapon by far, because you have to be pretty exact with your timing on it if you want to actually get a splat, because like I mentioned, it doesn't really splat unless it explodes on them. Saw someone around here. We got a curling bomb going that way. I wonder if they are up in this side area. They definitely dropped it off. Alright, well we should be kind of pushing in. I'm not going to worry too much about people pushing around trying to spawn camp, because if we push into their area, that'll make that much easier on us. You can throw those curling bombs down and kind of bounce them around a little bit. Here we go. Oh no, I'm getting pushed. That suction bomb almost got me, but I kept a level head and got out of the way in time. There goes a roller. Throw that down there. This is going to be pretty rough here if I'm not careful. Launch that. Nope, we had someone. Oh, nope. Man, this is going to be a rough battle for the center. We got some people, though. Oh, if I can jump in time. Oh, no, we don't have time. Not going to work out. I think we're going to start with a loss here and try to... Oh, knocked their ink armor, but it was not enough to take them down. It should be enough to get us a little bit towards level 4, though. And when we start getting our own gear, that is going to be when we can compete a little better. Having those gear abilities to get your ink recovered faster, you know, we're at a little bit of a disadvantage being in the lower level range. We're one of the few below level 4. And Joey just going crazy with his curling bomb rush as his special. See, our abilities, we have ink recovery up, quick respawn, which helps us if we don't get any splats. The new version of quick respawn means you have to, you know, can't get an actual splat to respawn quicker. So it's almost designed more for tower control and some of the ranked battle modes for you to kind of go on the tower or to help out players that are less experienced. And then we have Special Saver, which helps if you get splatted a lot. The abilities we're using on this default gear definitely aimed towards people who are not as used to the game, because it'll help you get your ink back and help you, you know, survive ordeals where you maybe don't get the splat and get back in there a little faster. Okay, back on Port Mackerel, we got a samurai helmet here from the amiibo. We'll unlock that pretty soon. Unfortunately, we have no damage up, and well, that's kind of fortunate. We don't have damage up or the defense up. There is a bomb defense that is a new ability to kind of be the new version of defense up, but unfortunately, because of the way that the... Ooh, I see you there. Oh, I thought I saw someone there. Where'd they got out of the... What? Maybe they got splatted, but I didn't see the... did not see that actually go down. That was really bizarre. I got someone with my curling bomb just blindly throwing it in there. So... Because, man, oh yes, because there's no damage up, the samurai helmet from the amiibo has a new default ability. It is quick super jump, which is not my favorite, but I think it's pretty useful. So people will probably be a little mixed on whether they want to use the helmet now. Unfortunately, I used to use it all the time because my Octo Brush, it was helpful to have damage up. We can kind of slow them down here. If I can get some of this going on the side, we should be able to hold them back, but it's a little tough. I got to get close enough to actually flick them. Oh, careful now. See if we can jump up and... Oh, nope, they're a little too... Oh, they were close enough. Man, I accidentally adjusted my... Yeah, hitting when you're trying to try to hit the jump button. Sometimes you'll hit the Y button and adjust your aim on accident. Let's throw some of these down around here. Maybe that'll get some of these guys out. Or scare them at least a little bit. I think someone was going in there. I gotta be aggressive here, not be too afraid. Without damage up, burst bombs are not as deadly as they could be in the first game. And I got pushed. That cart keeps trying to kill me a couple times here, pushing me into suction bombs in the last episode, and then now pushing me right after I took 2 of them out. It still pushed me into another one. I think I might be able to get out of the way here and then just easily clean that up. There we go. The old Tenta-missile runaround. Okay, so much of this was not inked. Unfortunately, I think, yeah, most players, if they don't know the maps, they're not going to know to go around the side of Port Mackerel here. That person definitely plays quite a bit. They throw their burst bombs in and make life rough on me. Here we go. Okay, good job, samurai friend. He's definitely hardcore about the game because he has purchased the amiibo. Not necessarily hardcore, yeah, but oop, no. I'm gonna do that to you. You're trying to do that to me. That didn't work out, but scared him maybe. If we can get this roller here. Man, yeah, you really have to be super good with your aim and be, you know, close enough to actually get the splat with the roller. But even with horizontal, you gotta be careful. I think we got enough to win that, despite the other team seeming more skilled. And there we go. We got our victory. Now, I am definitely not a Splat Charger player or sniper by any means, but we could probably switch over to that and see if we can do okay. So you guys get a look at that before we hit level 4 and we unlock the weapon that I have been waiting to play. A brand new weapon in this game. One of my favorites, the Splat Dualies. So let's go use a bit of our G here, our money, the mysterious gold coins, and buy this. Here we go. So yeah, one thing I also don't like about this set, especially the charger. I don't, you know, I'm okay with the chargers, as well as I'm okay with them in concept. I'm not very good with them plain. But this one has the Stingray, which is another long-range, kind of slow special weapon. And you'll see here when we use it, but it's a little more of an aggressive style of special instead of a turfing special like some of the others. Okay, where are we headed? The pump track. I might be able to do okay here, because there's a couple perches I know that I can hang out on. All right, did we get Sam on our side? We didn't. There's a level 9 I noticed, but we did get Alex, who has been playing a bit of the Salmon Run because he's wearing the Grizzco Squidor Polo, which is the monthly gear. So there's different gear depending on the month, but the cool thing is even if you earn the same piece of gear, you can get different abilities on it, which is going to be pretty handy for people that aren't, you know, not happy with the default abilities on some of the gear they would normally get. All right, so I could go over here and try to snipe on this one spot, but if I do that, oop, they saw me there. I should be able to see them from behind the walls here to try to get them. Oh no, I gotta get out of the way. So the Stingray, much improved over the version from the test fires for sure, because you don't get locked into using it. Once you start firing it, you can actually angle and go into the ink and do that instead. Oh, there they go. I got a good amount of ink here, but will it be enough? They're gonna try to get around. Well, my team's doing pretty good, actually, all things considered, with me playing a charging weapon. So yeah, the chargers, they do ink a fair amount of turf. All things considered, they're just so slow to charge up. You gotta be really good with your aim. We get some of this, and can we lock down the center? I'm actually very surprised and happy that my team is doing as well as they are here. Let's see if we can get in there and stop them. This is kind of risky for me to try to use a charge on this guy. Where is he? There he goes. He's going around somewhere. Let's see if we can slow him down. Oh, there he goes. He's hiding down here. Yeah, you're so slow to turn with that you gotta be so good at angling where you're gonna be ahead of time. Those Tentamissiles are pretty scary if you know that you're in the line of fire and you don't have much room to maneuver. So they're taking all this side area. I gotta try to get one charge, hopefully. Nope, not gonna be that one. Oh, where are they going? Nope. Slowing them down a little bit. Not enough to actually get them. There we go, I got him with the bomb. Gotta get the charge splat, though, or it's all for naught. Yeah, like I mentioned, charger not my weapon. I try to play it a little bit just because I want to keep things fresh and have you guys able to see the weapons, you know. But I do, you know, I make no claims to be a charger player. Oh, jeez. They all got blasted there. Let me see if I can get some of these guys here. Where are you going? Where are you going? It takes a lot of hits with this thing to actually take someone down, which is frustrating. And then on top of that, it's so slow to actually angle. All right, this is our time to get this going here. Oh, come on. I gotta be quick and try to get the center. Come on, get as much of that as we can. Yeah, I don't know if we got enough because they started pushing. No, definitely not. So yeah, that is the danger of using a charger, especially if you're not great with one in Turf Wars, because I was not contributing as much as I could have, so apologize, but had to give it a shot. Need a little more practice. I do think the charger is much better suited to the ranked modes because you can lock down spots rather than trying to cover so much turf. One more match. I think win or lose, and we should hopefully have enough experience to get that weapon. So let's try this out here. I'm gonna actually switch back to, let's do a little bit more with the roller, since we only got one match in with that. And any weapon is gonna help out more than the charger right now, with me holding it in my tentacles. Okay, so we'll do one more match and then see if we get those dualies, because that is my preferred weapon. I tend to fluctuate, you know, if you've watched my Splatoon 1 series, I do play a lot of the brushes, the ink brush and the octo brush. We'll have to wait till level 10 to get the octo brush, but the dualies have definitely grown on me. I don't play as many of the shooter weapons, so I gotta get I think that's why my charger aim is not as good as it could be, because I need to play more weapons that use a reticle, unlike the rollers. Okay, Splat Roller, take us home. We're gonna see the, hopefully, night and day of, of playing a huge map like this with a roller versus a charger. And, oh, we got some pretty high-level squid kids over there. I noticed that somebody's got the slosher already, which we should unlock pretty soon as well. At the start of the match can be kind of tough for people to know where to go, because everyone's kind of vying for similar turf, and then once you get going, people will bail out of going to certain spots, and, you know, see if we can throw one of these down here and distract him long enough. I gotta get my ink. charged up though. Yeah, they're not gonna fall for a curling bomb. Most likely. They're trying to get up. Let's see if we have anyone we can super jump to. I don't know. They know that I'm here. I want to try to super jump in to somebody. Get out of the way. Oh my gosh. Well, the charge up was too long and they got me with the tenta missiles. I got to get my revenge on them. I was trying to use my special, the Splashdown, to get in and actually do a good amount of coverage with it. A little risky to do that when someone had their sights on me, unfortunately. And we're having a rough time here. I'm gonna have to push in and try to help hold the center down, or we're not gonna be doing okay. So I can jump in and get them while they're. Oh, they know what I'm doing here. Get them. Nope. There they go. Get them. Oh, roll them over. There we go. You typically do not want to use the roller as a rolling over weapon, even though it does automatically splat people. It is it's a little rough because you move so slowly doing that. You're probably better off flicking the roller to actually get that damage. All right. Boy, I thought I threw a curling bomb. I saw the burst bomb fly out as I threw my bomb, and it was making me think I had the burst bomb for a second there. Oh, get out of here. Nope, nope, nope. Let's see if we can get in and, oh no! Samurai got his revenge. He's trying to maneuver so much, and that's why you really have to have your area inked, because not only is that the way to win, but that's the way to have room to swim around if you don't have any turf to swim. There we go, got him before the ink armor could activate, which is good. There is a bit of startup, but yeah, if you don't have the turf to swim around, it's very tough to outmaneuver anyone trying to splat you. The ink armor, that's another thing I really like about it compared to the man, the bubbler that it is basically replacing is that it has more startup time. You can't just kind of pop it out of nowhere and assume you're gonna survive against people that are able to actually get you in time. Let's do this, and they're gonna fall for it maybe. Oh, nope, nobody fell for it, but it at least splatted a bunch of ink everywhere. Let's look out. We got, yep, bombs. Bombs aplenty. They're getting all the side area, which is making me worry. I hope they can hold down the center, because I'm going to try to push around here and get my revenge. Ah! The last second, they didn't see it sneaking up on them. And this is going to be pretty close, I'm thinking. We got a lot of the center, though. Yeah, there we go. All right. I'm just a little sad I didn't get that slosher, get my revenge, but now we can put all the gold we've been earning. I've been waiting for this. We can actually get gear and look a bit fresher, like our buddy Larry down there, and also get the weapon that I've been waiting to unlock. So let's do that, and then we will finish up the episode. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna try to keep these a little shorter than usual in some of my series more recently, because I want to get them out faster to you guys and have episodes quicker, because we're playing single player and turf wars. So all right, we're gonna jump in to Ammonites, and I'm gonna buy my favorite new weapon here. We also have the Tentatech we saw before. All right, I've got the finest selection of ink weaponry in all of Inkopolis. You always say that. You're ready to wield the Tentatech Splatter Shot. The Tentatech Splatter Shot is the product of a collaboration with the gear brand Tentatech, which gets good ink recovery sub-abilities. Its stats are the same, but it now has Splat Bombs as its sub, and the Inkjet Special, allowing players to push the front lines. I'd recommend it for anyone who wants to quickly expand their team's turf and raise their team's morale. And that's not all, you're also ready to wield the Splat Dualies. The main weapon is the Splat Dualies, a pair of dually-type weapons born from the culture of turf war. You carry one in each hand, which is pretty sweet, and their propulsive exhaust nozzle allows you to perform a high-speed dodge roll. You can't move for a brief period immediately after rolling, but the two sights overlap during that time, increasing your splatting power. The included burst bombs have great damage output, and you can hit far-off opponents with the Tenta missiles. It's a really solid set. Alright, I am grabbing those, and I'm going to equip them for the next battle. But in the meantime here, let's check out... Oh, hello, my little inkfish. Welcome to Headspace. You know, of course, that each piece of gear can grant you an ability, don't you? Well, if you want the nitty-gritty, just push ZL to read up on it. Crayman! So Crayman just, he's like a Pokemon, I guess. He yelled his name there. So we got some different gear here, all level 1, so only one sub-ability. None of this standing out too much to me. There's a lot of different abilities here. I love ink recovery up, but I don't know if I want to be caught dead in that hat. There's a face mask that has the Firefin logo that was pretty cool. I want to show you guys the outside of these stores too. So the order, it goes shoes, clothing, headgear, and then weapons, but actually the clothing store is first, so it doesn't really make sense once you're in the Galleria and you're skipping between the shops. Welcome to the old clothes shop. Shouldst thou hear thy coin spend, unto me shall great profit be. Prithee listen, for my gear hath abilities which will grant unto thee victory, glory, and coin. Coin which in turn will allow thee fresh gear, fattening my pocket all the while. Thou shouldst hitteth the L for more information about abilities. So yeah, we've got swim speed, some nice ink resistance. I love Squid Squad is the main band from the first game. They've got a band t-shirt now. Ooh, that might be good. Get a little bit of Ink Saver main to help me. And some good clothing in here. We got enough money. I think I'm gonna maybe check out these shoes real quick so we can balance these abilities. Welcome to Shell of Fresh. Hi, you look like you just showed up for your first day of school. Loosen up, dude, or I got you. All my gear comes with abilities that will help you step your game up. Press the L for more bad abilities. So these will be pretty good. This is a tough choice because some of these shoes have some similar abilities to them. I think I'm going to go with the Hunter High Tops. I like these a lot. Get me a bit of ink recovery up so I can, get it back faster. And then let's go with the Navy Deca logo tee. Not the biggest fan of the look of it. Or maybe we could get a little swim speed up. I do like Ink Saver main, so I might actually go with that. It's pretty cheap here. Let's do it. Not in love with the fashion, but it's you gotta wear what you're gonna wear if you want to make your way to being the freshest Squid Kid on the block. And that run speed up is really good if you are using a weapon like the dualies, where you're gonna be running around a lot. So let's use that. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Next episode, the Splat Dualies make their big debut, and we are gonna look like the creepiest little new kid on the block as we jump into some more battles. But first, we have a little spin-off series. We're at level 4, so please look forward to Salmon Run, my favorite mode in the game. Alright, see you guys then. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this, maybe subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time for more Splatoon. Goodbye.